Welcome to example program, and in this video we will see how we can set up the Visual Studio Code for writing and executing C and C++ programs. Now in order to continue with this video, first you need to install the C++ toolset so that you can execute the C and C++ programs, and you have to set the path environment variable with the location of the folder where you have installed the toolset. Now I have already made a video and explained these things in detail. If you haven't installed the C and C++ toolset, then you can watch that video and install it in your computer. After that, you need to download and install Visual Studio Code. I have already made a video about it, and I'm gonna put the link of all these tutorials that I have mentioned in the description box. You guys can check that out first, and then you can continue with this video. So let's assume that you have the C and C++ toolset and also the Visual Studio Code installed in your PC. Now let's open up the Visual Studio Code, and here now what we're gonna do is we're gonna set it up for writing and executing the C and C++ programs. So when you open it up, you will be in the welcome screen. So the first thing that we are gonna do is we're gonna install a couple of extensions. Just click on this extensions button, and the first extension that you have to install is C++. So you can type in here C++ and it will appear. It's developed by Microsoft, so you need to install this extension. Install it. Wait for the extension to completely install all its parts. In the bottom right, you guys can see the installation steps happening. Wait for it to finish. This extension actually adds the language support for C and C++ to Visual Studio Code, and also it provides some other features like IntelliSense and debugging. Okay, now this extension is installed. The next extension that you have to install is Code Runner. Just search for that extension and install it. Okay, after that we can close this window. And right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna reload the Visual Studio Code. So I'm gonna close it and I'm gonna open it up again. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a workspace first. So I'm gonna go to File and I'm gonna click on Add Folder to Workspace. And here I'm gonna go to my desktop and I'm gonna quickly create a folder, and I'm gonna say C++. I'm gonna create this folder and I will click on this Add. Now let's select this folder that we have created, and let's go to File and let's create a file, and let's save this file as, let's say, test.c. and now you guys can see this folder test.c is present inside the folder that we have added, which is C and C++. You guys can give any name to the folder and for the file. So now let's create a simple C program. Now we have written the program. Now if you want to run this program, then we have multiple options. One is that we can click on this button which says run code, or we can press the shortcut key Ctrl+Alt+N, or we can right click here in the editor and we can click on the run code. So I'm gonna do that. So now here you guys can see in this output tab, you guys can see the output of our program, which is hello world. Now the problem with getting the output in this output tab is that it is read only. So in your program, if you have to enter an input, then you can't do that with the output appearing in this output tab. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change this program to take some input. So let me quickly create a variable in here. Okay, now I have modified this program where it will take some value as an input. Now if I run this program by clicking on this run code, then it will not work here. That's because this output tab is read only. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this one quickly by pressing Ctrl+Alt+M, and then you have to make one change, and that is you need to go to File and you have to go to Preferences and you need to go to Settings, and here you need to click on the extensions, and here you need to click on Run Code Configuration, and here you need to scroll down and you need to check the Run in Terminal. Just check that one, and close the settings file. And here we are back in the file that we have created, test.c. So now if I right click here and if I click on run code, now you guys can see here the output will appear in the terminal tab where we can enter the user inputs. For example, I can enter my age like 28 and it says age is 28. So our program is working now. So this is how you guys can set up the Visual Studio Code for writing and executing the C and C++ programs. If you have any doubt, then write that in the comment box. I'm gonna reply. And if you like this video, then hit the like button. If you don't like it, then hit the dislike button. For more tutorials like this, do subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.